So we have to stop demonizing people and realize the biggest terror threat in this country is white men, most of them radicalized up to the right.
Welcome to this week's Wacky Moments of Liberal Expression. At the beginning of this week, it was clear that the liberal media was missing creepy porn lawyer Michael Avenatti.
Donald Trump has officially, in writing, surrendered to Michael Avenatti.
I mean, you remember him. He was the man that was once all over every liberal cable news channel, making outlandish accusations against President Trump. But he never delivered on the evidence that he always claimed was coming, so people got tired of him. And that forced the liberal media to hit the web and search for someone else who could make some outrageous, unfounded claims against the president. Yes, Julia Yaffe. Tweets like this from a reporter make her the darling of MSNBC and CNN earlier this week. She got multiple appearances, and she delivered the Avenattiness, yeah, that's right, new word, that the liberals were craving.
I think, this president, one of the things that he really launched his presidential run on is talking about Islamic radicalization. And this president has radicalized so many more people than ISIS ever did.
Later, she apologized, just like she did for her previous tweet, so the liberals have all forgiven her. But backstage at CNN, someone was likely listening and realized that the gauntlet of stupidity had been thrown down and that they needed to up their game.
So we have to stop demonizing people and realize the biggest terror threat in this country is white men, most of them radicalized up to the right. And we have to start doing something about them. There is no travel ban on them. There is no ban on, they had the Muslim ban. There is no white guy ban.
So, yeah. MSNBC, well, they hate to be left out of a contest of stupid comments, so their panel stepped it up on Wednesday, delivering us the obligatory Trump-Hitler reference of the week.
No, because it's not, it's not a campaign strategy on his part. This is who Donald Trump is. He has been a bigot and a white nationalist for a long time. This is a guy who kept a book of Hitler's speeches on the nightstand by his bed.
Wow. Wow.
This is a guy who, in tweets of the last week, has invoked Stalinist and Nazi rhetoric to criticize the media.
Oh, wait, CNN wasn't giving up that easily?
Demonize, like with the migrants. Create a farce that they are an invading force, filled with dealers and murderers. Whip up as much xenophobia and conflict as he can. Democrats are evil. Media is the enemy of the people. And again, that is a phrase propagated by Stalin, used by Hitler. The president says he's a nationalist. Again, we know where this comes from.
Why would the president criticize a media that compares him to Hitler all the time? I don't know. Look, they just want to scold the president. Look how exasperated ABC's Jonathan Karl gets this week when the president tells Karl something that he clearly doesn't want to hear.
Okay, you're talking about 10,000, maybe 15,000 active duty U.S. military to the border, more than we have fighting the Taliban in Afghanistan, more than we have fighting ISIS in Syria. You're really going to do that?
It's very important. We have to have a wall of people, very highly trained people, terrific, dedicated patriots. That's what they are. You have caravans coming up that look a lot larger than it's reported, actually. I mean, I'm pretty good at estimating crowd size, and I will tell you, they look a lot bigger than people would think.
What we see is deeply impoverished people fleeing violence, many of them women and children. You're going to send 15,000 active duty U.S. military?
Mostly men, and it's actually mostly young men, and a lot of rough people, John. They're pushing the women right up into the front, not good, and they're pushing a few kids right up to the front.
But they're 900 miles away. The active duty military, you know the law. I mean, you're the president. Yep. They can't arrest people crossing the border. They can't.
It depends. National emergency covers a lot of territory. They can't invade our country. You look at that, it almost looks like an invasion. It really does look like an invasion.
Those caravans are an invasion?
The liberal media just can't take a president that disagrees with their agenda. But of course, they claim that they don't have an agenda.
He's got no sense of decency, no sense of duty, and no limits, and this is important for everyone to understand, no limits of what he's capable of doing to stave off any humiliation for himself. The humiliation that his desperate actions suggest is that he knows what's coming next Tuesday. It could be bad for him. There could be subpoena power. There could be impeachment. He knows he's on the line, and he will do anything to save himself. The question is, what are we going to do? What are Democrats and Republicans going to do? Because if they want to check on this man, if you want a slight check on this man and his unrelenting race to the finish here to make sure he can continue destroying this country, you might want to vote all D, even if it's not your party this time around.
Well, you know, if Mika B says so, boy, I'm sold, aren't you? That's about all the wackiness I can handle this week. I'm Eric Shiner for MRC-TV. I'll see you again next week with even more media wackiness.